Hello, in this video I'm going to just compare Unity's shader graph workflow with Unreal Engine's material graph workflow. So first off, I've imported this cube and a little channel pack texture here in Unreal, and I've also done the same in Unity. I've got this little cube and I've got this texture which is the channel pack texture. So first off, I'm going to create a shader in Unity. It's going to be shader PBR graph. And I'll just call this PBR channel packed shader, and I'll do the equivalent in Unreal. So I'm just going to create a material and call this PBR channel packed shader. Okay, save that, open it up. Let's just move the screen so I can show you what's happening. Try and get as much space as possible here. Let's close that. Okay, and in Unity that will be Open Shader Editor. Okay, let's just move that so that we've got both side by side. Okay, so first off, I want to bring in the texture into Unreal. So I'll press T. I'm going to choose the texture here. Channel packed texture. I'm just going to plug that straight into base color and apply and save. Okay, and in Unity, I have to create a texture 2D. I'm just going to call this channel packed texture. Just open that up a bit and choose the texture. Okay, so that's kind of like the default here, as well as in Unreal, that's the default. Okay, so let's also change this to a parameter and call it a channel pack texture. Apply and save here, and in Unity I just drag it in here, drag it off, and I'm looking for a texture 2D sample texture, and I plug that into albedo. Okay, and save asset. And both of these are pretty much set up the same now, so let's just go back into Unity here. Just going to drag that down, same with Unreal, and let's bring in the cube. Let's just change it so it's in 0 and press F. Okay, and in Unity, project, mesh, drag it into the scene, and also let's make sure it's at 0 and F. Okay, so just now there's default materials on both of these. So we'll go into the project. I want to turn this shader into a material, so I'm going to create a material. I'll call it PBR channel. Let's call it CPS for short. Okay. Now under the inspector, I want to choose shader graphs, and this is the one I want, PBR channel pack shader. So there you can see the default texture. Okay, back to the project and drag that onto the model, and that's how it looks so far. Let's do the same in Unreal. Now it's made this material master. I want to create an instance of this. I'll call it MI packed material. Save it, and I'm dragging it in. Okay, so now I'm going to open up this. You'll see what I've got is the ability to change this texture if I need to. Okay, and in Unity, I've got the ability to change the texture here. Okay, so this channel pack texture has got red, green, and blue doing 3 different things. Red does the gradient, green does the numbers, and blue does letters. Okay, so same thing here. Let's go back to the graph for each. So I'll just drag that up. Okay, so let's look at each channel. So red, if I take red out and put it into base color and apply, you can see now as that compiles, we're getting this grayscale gradient from the red channel because each channel is a grayscale. And if I do the same in Unity, take the red channel and save the asset, you can see I've got the grayscale on there. Oops, that's just full screened on me. Okay, so very similar results. Let's just change this a little bit so that it looks similar. Turn the grid off. Show grid. Let's just decrease the lighting a little bit. Okay. Right, so let's do the green channel. Apply and save. And in this case, save asset. So you can see the numbers. And the blue channel. And save asset. And apply. And now we can see the letters for both. So this channel packing method is quite common for packing things like metalness, roughness, ambient occlusion in whatever order you like, or you can use it for customizing colors and things like that. So if you've got like a character with a red jacket, green pants and blue shoes, for example, you can then use this system to customize these. So let's go ahead and customize the gradient. So what I want to do in Unity is multiply. So if I right click and do create node, do multiply. I'm going to take the red channel and multiply by a color. So to create a color property, I have to add here a color. So I'm just going to call this red channel color. And by default it's black. So let's just change that to red so we know which channel we're working on. I'm going to save the asset, drag it in, and plug it into multiply. So now the grayscale has been multiplied by the default in here, which is red, and it's a property, so we should be able to edit it here. You can already see that it's up here. I just need to plug it into albedo and save. Now you can see the gradients appeared with red, and we can change this color to whatever we want. Okay, same thing in Unreal. If you hold down M and click, you can get a multiply node. I'm going to take the red channel. If you hold down V and press, you'll get a color parameter. It's a little bit quicker. Just going to double click to change this to red. Just make sure that's the default. Okay, let's just make sure that is actually red. Just zero out the green and apply. And channel that in there. So we're taking the gradient from the red channel, which is grayscale, multiplying it by a color, and then putting that in the base. This parameter just needs a name, so let's call it the same thing, which is red channel color. I'm going to apply and save. And here we've got the gradient all the same. Okay, so what about the other channels? Now let's take the green channel, which is the numbers. And what can we do with this? We can again customize the color. So I'm going to make another color property. Green channel color. Set the default to green. And drag it in. Okay, I'm going to multiply, not by holding M down, but right clicking, create node, start typing in what you want. So it is a little bit of a slower process at this point. Take the green channel, going to bring that up so it's a smaller node. Same with this one. Okay, and you're thinking, how do I mix these two? So we've got the grayscale coming from this. Now we can use a lerp node. So if I right click to create node and do lerp, I'm going to take this result as the base. So it goes into A. And we're going to take, actually we're just going to take the color multiplied by, well, there's different ways to think about this. This channel here is going to change between these two based on the grayscale value. So if the green channel is already white, it's going to allow that color to come in based on the black and whiteness of this green channel. So I'm just going to take the green channel directly into here, and we don't need this multiply, so forget that. This is the color we want to lerp to, and the lerping is controlled by the value in the green channel, which we know is black where there's nothing and white where there's something. So that black gives us the gradient result, and the white gives us the green channel color result. Let's plug that into Albedo. There you can see already the result. Save asset. We now have the green channel color, which we can edit, and the red channel color. Okay, let's do the same in Unreal. If you hold down L and click, you'll get a lerp node. We take the result into A. We're going to lerp to what we want to customize the green channel to. I'm just going to control CAV, or control D rather, or control W. Unreal Engine's a little bit different. Control W is to duplicate, so not your usual control D or anything like that. So we got this, and we're just going to change it to green channel color. Just have to change the name here. And change the default to green. The color of the default doesn't matter too much, but it just helps identify the channel. Pipe that into B, and it's controlled by the grayscale value of the green channel. Now this is the result. And apply and save. And this is going to be controlled via the material instance now. We no longer have to go into the shader to make changes. Similar to Unity, we don't have to go into this graph to make changes. Our changes are done in the inspector, just as they are done in Unreal. So let's do something similar to Unity. I can just find, okay, so you can't immediately edit these colors. You have to enable these, then you can edit them. Let's do an orange. And let's do blue. Now, one of the things you'll notice is the order that I created these doesn't reflect. The same way in Unity, the order that I created them is in order based on this. Got the channel pack texture, red channel, green channel. Channel pack texture, red channel, green channel. Whereas in Unreal, it's alphabetical. So G comes before R. So therefore that's the order. Now to go over that, you have to do something a little bit, I guess, tedious, but it's okay after a while. We just have to choose the priority of things. I'm just going to open this up a bit. Right, so if we click this node, the green channel is going to be before the red channel. So if we change the sort priority of the red to -1 and apply, and go back here, you can now see that red, having a lesser value in the sort priority, it now puts it to the top. So -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So if you want to go above, you do negative, and if you want to go below, you do positive, and eventually that sorts things out. Okay, so let's do something with the next channel. Let's do Unity first. So again, another color, blue channel color. Let's give it a default of blue. And just drag that in. So we're going to take the result of everything so far. going to use that lerp node, so right click, create node, LE, there's lerp. The result of the current stuff goes into A, the color we want to change to goes into B, and the control is going to be controlled by whatever's in the blue channel. And now we can put that into albedo. And same for Unity, for Unreal. Let's just save that actually, so you can see the effect. Okay, we'll talk about why these overlap in a second. Let's just save everything in Unreal, apart from the map. Let's just save individually. Okay, so back into the graph. Press V. Let's do blue channel color. Now you already know what's going to happen here. Blue channel is going to end up above the red because of the alphabet order, but it will only end up above green because we set red to -1, and by default the sort order is at 0, so it's going to be in between these. So we want it to be sort order 1, sort order 1. So we've got -1 as its sort, 0, then 1. That way it's going to be in order. Okay, another lerp node, we can just copy and paste. You can do Control C, Control V, or Control W. Let's pipe that into A, the color we want to change to into B, and control by the blue channel. And the result goes into base color. Let's give it the default of blue. Okay. Apply, save, and there we can see a similar result. Now we go to the inspector side, enable the blue channel. Let's just change that color to white also. Right, so let's say we want to go between the letters and the numbers. Okay, so let's look at this. The value coming out of the channel packing can be controlled. So if we say green channel multiplied, so right click and do multiply, take the green channel, and we want to control the amount of this. So we're going to create a vector 1. Okay, I'm going to rename that to green channel amount. By default, it's going to be 1. And if we change it to a slider, it means it's going to go between 0 and 1 by default. You can change these later, but we only need 0 to 1. Okay, I'm going to save the asset, drag this in, and I'm going to multiply this. And if I change the default amount to 0, you can see nothing happens. 0.5 gives us half the result. So you can see what can happen here. We can take this result and put this into our lerp instead. You can see this is connected here. I'm going to take the result of this and connect it instead. Let's change that default back to 1. I'm going to save the asset. Go back up here. Now you can see I can make the numbers disappear. So we just see letters. Let's do the same in Unreal. I'm going to press M for a multiply node. I'm going to take the green channel's value, grayscale value that is, so that's 0 to 255 grayscale. I'm going to press 1 for a vector 1. Convert to parameter. Now, there's a quicker way to do this. If I press S and click, it gives me a vector 1 parameter right away, or a scalar parameter, as it says there. And I'm just going to say green channel amount. Default value 1, max of 1. This will turn it into a slider right away because these values are different. If you leave those, it means it's an arbitrary number and you don't get the slider. Okay, I'm going to put this into the result of, let's just check this. Yes, so we got green channel control in this. Now we're going to use this one instead. It's getting a little bit messy, so let's just tidy things up a little bit. Okay, trying to keep the cables as short and as close to each other as possible. Okay, so the green color, and this is going to control it. Apply and save. Okay, back in here, and we now see that we've got the green channel amount, and it's a slider that goes between 0 and 1, and we can change the amount of the numbers showing through. Okay, and last thing to do is the letters. So you can see the pattern here. I'm going to take what's in the blue channel and add a multiplier to it. So another vector 1, and in Unreal that would be a scalar. You can press S for that, otherwise in Unity it's added here. Double click blue channel amount, default 1 so that we actually see it. Change that to a slider and it automatically gives us 0 to 1. Save asset, drag it in, right click, create node, multiply. We're going to take the result of the blue multiplied by blue channel amount. Again, let's tidy things up a bit. So the result of the blue channel, currently the blue channel goes in here. We're going to put this in instead. Let's just tidy things up a little bit more. Okay, let's just check that. Blue channel amount now affects the numbers, the letters rather, and green channel amount affects the numbers. So if you want a number dice or you want a letter dice, and you've got the ability to change the colours and so on. And let's do that final step in Unreal. So we're going to take the blue channel and multiply it by blue channel amount. I'm just going to copy this one, so Control W makes a copy. As soon as I change the name, it will make a new parameter. So blue, apply, just to make sure that we get that parameter, and multiply with the grayscale amount from the mask. And that's going to control the lerp function. Apply and save. Let's go back to this, and we can see we've got blue channel, green channel, blue channel. So again, in order of creation in Unity, whereas in Unreal it's a sort thing. So let's just go into here and give blue channel a sort priority of 0, and just make sure this one's 1. You can use negative values or positive values as long as you know the order. Okay, then we got blue channel, green channel. Wait a minute, I forgot something. Scalar parameter. So green first. Let's just have a look at that. Sort priority 0. Blue channel, sort priority 1. Apply. And save. Back in here, blue channel, green channel. Okay. So for some reason, it's not working quite the same. Maybe we have to give them different values. So green channel, let's give it an even lower negative value. So -5, and the blue channel -4. Just in case they might be conflicting with other things that are happening here. Save. Anyway, For some reason, it still likes to order it alphabetically. I could try the opposite. Let's try -5 and -3. Blue channel, yep. Okay, so scalar parameters, you get what you get. You can't always sort the order of these, which is a little bit annoying. It's sticking to alphabetical no matter what you like, but it seemed to sort the colors fine. So in fact, we've got blue, green, red. It's still alphabetical here. And we've got red, green, blue. So there is definitely something going on. Can we sort it? You know what I've done? I forgot to change these two, and I've been changing the colors. That's how confusing things can get sometimes. Let's do it right. So we got red. Let's just do -3, green -2, and blue -1. And then we got green, then blue. Let's do -5 and -4. Okay, that keeps it nice and tidy. A little bit of human error there, sorry about that. So save and go back here, and now we've got green channel, green, blue, and red. Red, green, blue, blue, green, red. Now this is where the OCD kicks in, so you want to make sure this one is higher. Now for some reason it didn't get it, so let's just make sure we do -3 here. Apply and save. Okay, stay in there now. Red, green, blue, finally. Okay, so now we've got things in exactly the same order. Bar, the sliders are at the bottom here and these are at the top. I think Unreal likes to sort things out its own way. It likes to have the scalar parameters at the top and the vector parameters at the bottom. That's just something that Unreal likes to do. I could dare to try and force it by going into each of these and giving them an even higher value, like let's say 4, and so we got green, blue, let's say 5. Will it swap them around? No. Okay, so we still got the same problem. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial on using Unity's shader graph and comparing it with Unreal Engine's material graph. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.